Hertzberger for the program.
Thank you, President Betty. Thank you very much. It's my honor today to introduce our speaker, Dr. Susan Adamchak. She recently semi-retired, as she says, from a 30-year career in international development, having worked in more than 30 countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. An expert in monitoring and evaluation, she is known for her work on the integration of family planning and HIV services, and on measurement and data quality concerns as well. She also has extensive experience in research and evaluation of adolescent reproductive health and HIV/AIDS programs. That's not her talk today, but anyway, Susan has lived in Manhattan for more than 25 years. She participates widely in volunteer activities, and I know many of you out here are familiar with Susan as well. She has served on many boards of local organizations. She's a particular passion for the Manhattan Public Library, where she was active in the Friends organization, which recently recognized her as an inaugural lifetime member. She currently serves as the Manhattan Public Library Foundation Board. She is a governor appointee to the North Central Kansas Library System Board. She's involved with the Fairy Godmothers, which is part of the Manhattan Community Foundation, as most of us know, and is active volunteer at the Manhattan Arts Center, serving as a gallery host, Wrap It Up coordinator, and joint chair of the Volunteer Recruitment Committee. So would you please welcome to the podium, Susan Adamchak.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to speak today. It's a great pleasure to talk to you a little bit about the Arts Center. I recognize some of your faces, some of your names. I'm sure many of you have been patrons of the Arts Center since its inception here in our community. And hopefully today I'll be able to talk to you a little bit about some of the behind-the-scenes contributions that the Arts Center is making and discuss our efforts to increase our volunteer activities. So the Arts Center is a 501c3 run by a small number of paid staff, all part-time. Most of our programs are implemented by volunteers. You see, we're all aware in a community like Manhattan that arts are important for generating tourism dollars. It benefits the cultural institutions themselves, the art centers, the discovery centers, the beach museums, and the businesses and merchants that receive those incoming visitors as well. My program will be interspersed with some photographs of some of our productions. You may recognize this is Bill Williams and Paul McIndoffel from the Fox on the Fairway presentation last year. So we're aware that the arts are an important and crucial part of our community. We know that we're able to track our online ticket sales, and we know that over the past year, nearly 20% of the tickets purchased for our music events and greater than 20% of our tickets for plays and musicals came from zip codes outside of Manhattan. And some of these were as far away as Omaha, Kansas City, Hutchinson, Larned, and Goodland. We have a wide variety of programs. In addition to acoustic music, the MAC offers 4 plays and musicals each year, youth theater productions, a summer production, 1-act plays, and several small-scale productions when we're able to fit those in. The programs have been so successful in recent years that we have a new policy this year where musicals, such as Shrek, which is playing now, are going to be offered for 3 weekends. So we'll have 9 performances of those in order to accommodate the greater interest in the musical productions. And in fact, this program in particular, as many of our children's programs, has virtually sold out for all of its productions. 8 years ago, the board decided to make children's programming a high priority, and a lot of our efforts go into these programs. We've seen firsthand how the children's productions contribute to self-confidence, to a better sense of self, communication skills, teamwork skills that are all helped by arts programming. The fall theater production, this one, Shrek, has about 45 people in it. We also have an annual residency with the Missoula Children's Theater, which involves around 65 children. We generally have greater demand than these programs can accommodate. It's very distressing to our staff when we don't have enough places for all the children who want to participate. We also see benefits to arts activities on our older population. Research has shown that arts activities have positive effects on aging, improving cognitive ability, and generally having even physical benefits in terms of healthier immune systems. A study conducted by the National Center for Creative Aging in Washington of people aged 65 to 100 in 3 major cities found that those participating in arts activities had better overall health, fewer doctor's visits, less medication use, better morale, and a trend towards increased activities. Healthy individuals contribute to healthy communities. These are just a few members of the watercolor studio. Some of you may be participants in that. We have nearly 40 artists who meet weekly to share. You may be aware that that small building at the far side of the Art Center parking lot is actually studio space for watercolors and pottery, as well as other art activities that take place there. MAC was a founding member of the Arts and Humanities Association of Manhattan, which has met monthly since 2000. So we have a 15-year history of trying to coordinate arts activities within the Manhattan area and collaborate with other organizations such as the Parks and Rec and the School District. I'm sure many of you, I hope many of you, have done your Christmas shopping or some of your Christmas shopping in past years at Wrap It Up. This is an opportunity to showcase the work of more than 80 artists within generally the majority from the Manhattan area, although we do pull some people from Missouri and Nebraska. This is one of our primary fundraisers. We take a commission on the sales that are made. Last year, this raised more than $13,000 for the Arts Center, $25,000 for the artists. We had an inventory of over 2,000 pieces. This year's Wrap It Up will open on November 1st. It runs through Christmas. We have a rotating inventory, so we encourage people to come more than once and see what we have. I like to think of it as one of the most democratic art shows in Manhattan because we have things at all different price points. You can buy something for under $10 up to about $500. We have jewelry, ceramics, artwork, woodworking, photography, the whole gamut. So please, if you haven't come in the past, come this year. If you have come again, come frequently. This chart shows a breakdown of revenue sources for the past fiscal year, and I won't go into details here, but I just wanted to show you that the Arts Center relies on quite a variety of funding sources, and there's no single source that really stands out. We've received just over 10% from the City of Manhattan, just over a comparable amount from the Friends of the MAC, gallery sales, class registration fees, and program sponsorship. 20% comes from admissions and ticket prices to our performances. So just a little bit by the numbers. And you can see down what's listed here. 5 theater productions with over 3,000 tickets sold for those 5 shows. 4 children's programs with over 800, close to 900 tickets sold. 8 live bands with, again, close to 800 tickets, 10 art exhibits with showing the work of more than 150 artists, 69 classes, close to 500 students, and 59 part-time instructors. So you can see this is a large segment of our community is participating in activities at the MAC. So to sum it up, 17 productions, nearly 5,000 ticket sales, 10 art exhibits, and almost 70 classes. And all of this is run by volunteers. I mentioned when I started that we have 5 part-time staff, the director, a marketing manager, office manager, arts manager, and development, fundraising, thank you. A 17-member volunteer board. Some of you perhaps have possibly served on that board or are familiar with some of your friends and colleagues. Everything else is done by volunteers. It's a huge effort that's put into each and every activity that's undertaken at the Art Center. Volunteers serve on different committees under the guidance of the board. So we have people who manage the gallery, select theater presentations, organize the birdhouse concerts, the acoustic music concerts. Mac Academy is the summer program for students. I've already mentioned Wrap It Up, special receptions. And what else? Volunteers also mount gallery shows, take shows down, do the repairs that are necessary to repaint the walls, greet visitors during the week so that that part-time staff can focus on their activities and not be jumping up every time someone comes in. Staff galleries during weekend hours so that we're able to have the building be open for visitors. Provide sales support during Wrap It Up. And we have still more volunteers. If you think about all the theater productions, we need directors, we need actors, we need people to design and build the sets, sew the costumes, run the lights, run the sound system, act as ushers, run the box office. And still more who are working at the studios. We have instructors, that some of the instructors are part-time, are paid for their classes. But again, they're all still volunteering their time to come in and to offer those classes. So, just to sum up, we are thrilled and very proud of the volunteers that we currently have. We are undertaking an effort right now to increase our volunteer base. I don't have copies of this sufficient for everyone, but I have a few copies that I'll put on the table in the back of the room. And if you are interested, you can call the Art Center and ask to speak to any of the staff. I've listed Sandy Mead on the flyer. We're planning to revamp our website such that there'll be a tab on the website which will describe volunteer activities with a short job description. You'll be able to go to that place, see what's available. We also encourage groups to offer their volunteer time. So I'm aware that a lot of different companies in Manhattan sponsor their staff to work with Habitat or to work with the Breadbasket or other groups in town. And if you are interested, we can sure find something for your employee group to be involved in. So I do thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, I'm happy to respond. And enjoy the rest of your day. Are there any questions or comments for Susan? Karen?
Yeah. First of all, I just want to say that when you buy things at Wrap It Up, you should mail them immediately, otherwise you become attached to them. What's at the MAC right now? Is the watercolor exhibit?
It's photography, local photography, but that will only be up through the end of, and they're beautiful. You should go, it doesn't take long to go through if you have just a few minutes break. Some of them are just exquisite. That will be on, I think, just till about the 15th, because beginning next Tuesday, we will be getting in the inventory. The artists will be dropping off their inventory for Wrap It Up And the gallery will be closed over the next 2 weeks while we are installing that, getting ready for the sale.
Anybody else? Questions? Yes,
Tell us a
Tom.
little bit more about the Birdhouse series, where you get your musicians, what the intent is.
That's a good question, and one I don't really know the answer to because I'm not involved in that myself. Again, it's a lot of regional artists, and a wide variation between duos. Acoustic is a little bit of a misnomer. Not all of them are doing acoustic music, but we get people doing blues, jazz. Red State Blues Band is going to be there, I think, next week. Does anyone know? And we have several other concerts scheduled throughout the next several months, so I'd encourage you to look at the website.
All right.
Thank you again.
Thank you. In honor of your speaking today, the club will donate a book in your name to the Theodore Roosevelt School.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My grandson goes there.
We'll look for the book.